So I guess this is it. This episode marks the ending of the first official DBS tournament. And it was good. I really appreciated this episode. Specifically, the fact that we got a lot of world building, not only within the tournament, but even after the tournament, with Zeno-Sama saying that he wants to hold another tournament, but this time with all 12 universes participating in. So, and by the way, I think it's just hilarious how, like, Beerus and Champa are just like, they're like sweating like a whore in church, right? And then also the commies, they're like, oh. And no, but the voice actor, who's Zeno-Sama's voice actor? That's a cool voice. It's sounded a little bit like Pikachu, Chopper type of, it's nice. And then Goku, obviously being Goku, he's just like, hey, I just want to get close to him, shake his hand there, and then he just lifts him up. He doesn't look that intimidating, but you never know with these types of characters. So either way, Zeno-Sama ends up leaving. All right. And new relationships, again, have been forged, specifically between Vegeta and Kaba, and between Goku and Hit. And people were bringing this point up a lot in some of the previous reviews, and the fact that, Vegeta seems to be more of a role model and more of a mentor to Kabi than he's ever been to Trunks. So maybe somewhere down the line we'll get an episode that's called Trunks' Jealousy, the fight for Vegeta's affection, or something like that. No, but anyway, they end up leaving. Unfortunately, they don't mention when the next tournament is going to take place, which I think that would have helped a lot. Like, it would have been good to have like an estimate in terms of like how long do we have to wait for the next tournament? How long are these dudes going to be training? But anyway, we find out that the planet that they were on was actually the 7th and final Dragon Ball that they needed to summon the Super Shenron, right? And what's interesting here is that it's not enough to gather all 7 Super Dragon Balls. You also need to speak the language of the gods. So you need to speak it in order to say the ritual, and you also needed to say the wish, so that the dragon understands what wish you want to be granted. So, and what was up with Wiz's voice there? Like, his tone of voice went really, really weird. Maybe that's like the accent of the gods that you need to have, in order for it to be your native tongue or something. I don't know. But anyway, the dragon comes out, and it just turns into a pretty bad acid trip. You got lights everywhere. You have planets floating around, galaxies even. The dragon actually starts eating some of these planets. And then by the end, it kind of makes it seem as if actually the dragon itself ate Goku and his friends. The art looked really good. At first, it just kind of felt like it was a picture of a dragon just being dragged on. Like very, very bad, like a flash animation that you could just sort of... A superimposed dragon over a background of stars and galaxies. But it looked really good. It just made me feel like I was on drugs. Like, there were too many fucking bright lights and shit all over the place, to the point where, like, by the end, you don't know if they're inside of the dragon or outside of the dragon. But they do meet the dragon's core, and that's the essence that grants the wish. Now, what do they wish for? Well, Beerus actually does something very smart. I think it's a very strategic move. Because I think in giving Champa what he wanted to wish for, which was, Earth to be reinstated. He wanted the Earth from Universe 7, but if you can just ask for the Earth of Universe 6 to be back, which is what Beerus did, then that's kind of like the same thing. So he gets the food, he gets what he wanted, but I think it's a very strategic move, because I think Beerus knows that in the upcoming tournament, all right, they're going to have to either team up, form some type of alliance or something, because there are some dudes in those other universes that neither Universe 6 or Universe 7 can take. Or maybe Beerus just wants to get Hit on his side. Because Hit is technically... Can we agree that he's, as of right now, he's the strongest fighter below Beerus and Champa? Can we agree on that? Yes or no? Because Beerus did say that he was going to keep on using Monaka to keep on motivating Goku, right? So, but he can motivate Goku mentally through that, but it's not enough. He needs to have some type of a physical rival, and I think Hit would serve that purpose perfectly. So I don't know if he's going to ask Champa to allow Hit to go to the 7th universe and they can train that way. I don't know. Goku wants to fight him anyway. So that's going to happen eventually. No, but I do think that the reasoning behind Beerus' wish is the fact that he knows that in those other universes, there are some dudes that are broken as fuck. And they need to come up with some type of a strategy or some type of a training method so that, they have a better chance. Again, I really like the expansion of the power hierarchy in terms of the universe. We have Zeno-Sama at the top. We know he's the king of everything. He is the king of all, or the ruler of all 12 universes, and he gets to appoint the gods because he actually threatened Champa. It was a joke, but he actually threatened Champa and Beerus with replacing them as gods of destruction. So that just speaks to how much power he has over the guys. So now Beerus can't make these reckless threats of like destroying the Earth anymore because you have Zeno-Sama at the top, and he's expecting the top fighters to show up in the next tournament. So I like the idea of there being somebody that needs to answer to somebody else, and then that someone else needs to answer to somebody else as well, except for Zeno-Sama. And I like how the characterization of him as a god, as a ruler, is not that he's like necessarily omnipresent. I mean, I guess he could be, but you know, he was actually like kind of like meeting Goku for the first time. He's like, oh, you're an interesting dude. So it's not like he didn't seem like super aware of who Goku was, even though we know that he was watching the tournament. But either way, like, I like that. I like the depiction of somebody who's super powerful as innocent and childlike, because it's a different take on what we've been conditioned to believe that an omnipresent being should be like. Either way, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Like the review if you did. I appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel for more reviews, and comment down below with your thoughts. Thank you, guys. Bye.